Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So I hope all of you are doing good. In the previous class we were discussing about the QBasic command. In that we have seen about the input command. Let us come to the book. So all of you also open your book. Page number is 56. So in the previous class we have seen about the print command, how we can generate the pyramid using the print command. So if it is any number, we can directly write the numbers, or if it is any character or text, that should be written in the double quotes. Then we have seen how to use the print command with uh, to print the numbers or characters with spaces. Clear? So for that we can use the comma or semicolon. So if we'll use the comma, there will be more spaces in between these characters, and if we'll use the semicolon with the numbers, there will be only a single gap. Clear? So it will not give extra spaces, it will only be a single space between all the numbers. Clear? So this way, if you want to print the numbers or characters with the space, we can use the comma or semicolon. Then we have seen the command which is input command. If you want to take the numbers or any of the characters while the program is running. Clear? So this can be done by using the input command. So this was the first program where we are adding two numbers and getting the sum of these two numbers. Clear? For that, what we have done, we have taken the numbers with the input command, input A, input B, and in the third line we have added these numbers. Clear? And then print this. So let us see this program also. So if I come to the software window, so this was the another program. Let us open that program where we have added two numbers. So okay, let me open. So that was with the name input, I think. So yes, here is the program. So here we have written input command. So whatever the number it is being taken, as it is a numerical value, so that's why we have not used dollar with the variable name, that is simply a and b. In the third line we have added a plus b, and then the print c. It means the sum, the value which is stored in the variable c, that will be printed as the result. Let us run this program now. So how to run this? Go to the run command, then click on the start button. So it takes few seconds to execute the program. Okay, so here is the output screen. Now for each of these input, it is a question mark. Clear? Because we are using the input statement. So suppose we have to add like 10, and in the second number if we write 30. Clear? So 10 and 30 are the values of a and b. Now it will give you the result, that is 40, that is the sum of a and b. Clear? So this is how the input command is used for taking the input while the program is executing. Then the next program was how we can take a string also using the input. Clear? So earlier we have only seen example of numbers. So a and b, there were numerical values. If you want to write your name or any of the program like that, so for that we can use a variable with the dollar symbol. Clear? So and for the values directly, whatever the number it is, so we can use the variable without dollar symbol. Clear? So in this program we are taking the input for example the any car name, then value it is being printed, the same will be printed with the print command. So in the print command we have used the semicolon. So whatever the text which we want to get printed, first write that in double quotes and then separate with the semicolon, then the name of the variable. Clear? So if it is a variable which is storing a string, so it has the dollar symbol, and if it is a number, the only the variable name. Okay, let us run this program also. So if we come to the software, that program was saved with another name, so that is input2 we have saved. So if I open this, here we have taken the name from the user, then the name, first line is print your name, then it is saved in variable name dollar, then the age of the person which is saved with the variable name age, and here it is without dollar. It means it will save the numerical value, and then we have printed this name and age with the message that your name is and your age is. So whatever the statement we are printing, that is written in double quotes, and after that semicolon we have written the name of the variable. Now let us run this program. So how to run this? We can press the F5 button or else go to the run menu. Now the first line, let us wait for a few seconds. So you can see here it is writing the status, it is creating exe file. So whatever the program which we run, that is being executed in exe file. So first line is enter your name. Clear? The same message is printed here, means the user can enter the name. So suppose I am writing Rahul, so we can use the caps lock also for writing capital or small, whatever we want. Then if we press the enter key, it will come to the next line, that is enter your age. So suppose the age of the Rahul is 12 years. Clear? Then press the enter key. Then at the last two lines, which is your name is, which are the print command. So first is your name is, then it is saved in name, the variable which is name. The same we have written name dollar, as it is a string, so it has a dollar symbol. So the Rahul is printed, and then your age is, so age was saved, the value was 12 and it was saved in the variable with the name age. Clear? So then it is printing 12. So this is how the input command works, using which we can take the number also or any string, any character. Clear? So I hope this is clear. Now coming to the next, we have few more examples to practice this input command. So there are some sample programs to practice. Let us now try to run these programs also. So first practice program is RAM program to enter two numbers and display their sum, difference and product. Clear? So what we are doing here, we are writing a program which will take two numbers from the user, and after that we can print the sum of the numbers, then difference, then product. Clear? So for writing these, we have written the message like print sum is, difference is and product is. Clear? So here it is taking the input, and you can see that the input is now also taking the message the same time when we are declaring the variable. Clear? Means earlier we have using the print command before. Here you can see first we have written print, then input. Clear? So to we can merge these two also together with the input also, we can write this statement without using the print command. Let us erase this. So in this program you can see whatever the message you want to get printed with the input, so this can be written like enter the first number, and after that it will be a question mark, then we will give the value of the number 1, in the same way the number 2. Clear? Let us try to run this program now. So we will write all of the program lines. For writing we will go to the new. Now we are using the input command, so write input, then whatever the message you have to write in the double quotes. Okay, so the message is enter first number, whatever the message according to you we can write. Okay, so enter first number, then it is separated with the semicolon. As you can see that whatever the message it is written after semicolon, the variable can be taken. Okay, so if we come here, use semicolon, this colon we have written for our convenience. If you don't want, you can erase that. Clear? So in the book it is written n1 and n2. We can take any of the variable, like suppose I am writing x and y. So here we have, for the first variable we have taken x, then in the second line let us write the input for taking the second number. So enter second number. Okay, so according to you the message can be written, then semicolon, and the variable now is y. I hope this is clear. This two statements which we have written, that is for taking the input. Then the sum we can write. So sum is a variable which will hold the sum of x and y. So simply write x, then the operators which we have studied, that is the plus symbol, then in the same way difference. So we can write any of the variable. So I have written diff. We can write any name, for if you want to write the full of that, so we can write that. Then difference is equal to x minus y. So let us write x minus y. Then in the third line, if you want product, so we can write the variable name product, or you can make it short also. So in this, how to write x, then for multiplication we have the asterisk symbol, x into y. So here we don't have the multiplication symbol as we use in the maths. So here we are using the asterisk symbol. Then we all want to get all these values printed. So in the sum, difference and product, now this is saved. Right now you can see that in sum, difference and product, the values are saved. It will not be printed by itself. We will need to use the print command. Okay, so now let us write the print command to get the values printed on the output screen. So if I come to the next line, okay, so here it is print, we can write in capital letters. Then with the print, whatever the message you want to get printed, so you can write sum of number. Okay, then semicolon, then whatever the variable where we have saved. So what is the variable where we have saved the sum? It is sum. Clear? So write the variable name sum, then next is difference, so write print, then the message we want to get displayed, difference of numbers, okay, so here it is different of numbers, then semicolon, and then the variable name. So variable name is diff. Then the next line is for printing the product. So you can notice each of the time we are using the print command with the message and separating with the semicolon and then variable name. So here what we are writing, product. So write a message accordingly. So it is product of numbers, then semicolon, and whatever is the variable name. So the variable name is product. So write the variable name. Okay, so this was the all line of the program, then we can write int command. It is not compulsory, but we should write. Okay, so int command will terminate the program after all these lines. So these were all the different lines of our program. So first we have taken the two variables, then after that we have find the sum, difference and product. Okay, now go to the run command and see what will the output of this. So if I go to the run command, click on the start button. So it takes few seconds to run the program. So here is the output screen. So first message is enter first number. Okay, so suppose I'm writing let us give it 6. Clear? Then enter the second number. So if I write 4, clear? So the two numbers are, the first number is 6 and the second number is 4. Now press the enter key. So it gives you the three print statement which you have written. First was the sum of the numbers. So the sum of the numbers is 6 plus 4, 10, the same which we have written. Then difference of the numbers, 6 minus 4, it is 2. Then the product of the numbers, that is 6 into 4, that is 24. So I hope this is clear. The program is giving us the same values which we have saved in sum, difference and product, and the same is written with the print. So if we will not write this print statement at the line 6, 7 and 8, the output will not be obtained. Only it will be saved in the variables which is sum, difference and product. So to get this printed, we are using this print statement after this. I hope this is clear. The same you can see the output here in the message, the similar, the sum of number, difference of number and product of number, the same message is printed here also. Clear? So this is the purpose of print command and input command for taking the input by the user. I hope this is clear. Now coming to the textbook. So here if we come, so it was the same program for taking two numbers from the user, then finding the sum, difference and product and displaying the output. Now next, the second program is, let us read the second program also. So second program is program to enter the cost price and selling price of an item and calculate the profit. So in maths also you study the concept of cost price and selling price, that is CP and SP. The same type of program we will write here also. So first it will ask you the item name. So whatever the item you have purchased, that you can give any name of the item. So here, as it will be a string, a name of any product will be some characters, a group of characters, that is a string. So for that we are using the dollar symbol, means it is a string variable. Clear? Then we will use the input command to get the cost price and selling price. So for that we have used the input command with the message enter the cost price, that is CP, we will store in the variable CP. Then we will enter the selling price, which will be saved in SP, and then we are writing the formula, that is profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. Clear? So SP minus CP. So this profit is the variable where this value will be stored. Clear? So suppose you have purchased something, some item, if you have purchased with the cost of 40 rupees and you are selling that item with the cost of 50 rupees. So if the CP is 40 and selling price is 50, what will be the profit? 50 minus 40, that is 10. Clear? So the similar type of program can be written to get this profit. Clear? So let us write this program also and see how the program will return and give you the profit. So let us come to the software window and write this program. So here is the program window. If you want to save this program, this can be saved. So save with any name. For example, if you want to get it as some difference, so you can write any similar type of name. So I have written some difference. Now click on the OK button, so it will be saved, and here you can write that see the title also. Now let us write the new program and click on the new button. So here we are going to write the program which was about calculating the cost price and selling price. So here was the program, that is first we are taking the item, name of the item, then we take input of the cost price and selling price. So let us write this. So first we are writing, taking the input, the product name. So we can write the message like enter product name. Okay, so this message is written in double quotes, and then whatever is the variable, the string variable where you are saving the item name, that can be written with the dollar symbol. Clear? So this is the difference between a string and the number. So we can write any of the variable. So suppose I am writing n dollar. So n dollar will be the variable in which the product name is saved. Okay, then enter the cost price. So input, enter the cost price, enter cost price, then save this in a variable, that is CP. So CP is the variable where the cost price is saved. Then in the next line, let us take the selling price. So input, enter selling price. So whatever the message you want, we can write in the double quotes, and here let us save the selling price in a variable, that is SP. Okay, then we know the formula that profit is equal to selling minus cost price. So here we can write the name of the variable. So suppose I am writing profit, then profit is the name of variable, and now profit will be calculated on the basis of the input which is given. So that is selling SP minus CP, that is selling price minus cost price. Now whatever we have calculated the profit, the same can be printed. Here also you can see in the book that the profit of the item is, then print the profit. Okay, so if we come to the program here, write the same, which is print command. So print, then the message which you want to write. So print profit is clear. Then the variable where you have saved the profit, so write the name of the variable. So I am writing the name of the variable, that is profit. Then in the program. So this was all the part of the program. Now let us try to run this program. So for running, we can either press the F5 or go to the run menu. So here let us see the output of this program in the black screen. So first is whatever the product you have purchased, we can write the name of the product. So suppose you have purchased computer, mobile, whatever is the item name, you can write. So this is the name of the item. So this will be this, and this will be saved in the variable, that is n dollar. Then it is asking you the cost price. So suppose you have purchased the computer for 15,000 or 20,000, whatever is the cost, we can write. So suppose I have written 15,000 is the cost of the computer. Clear? Then it is asking enter selling price. So here the same, whatever is the selling price we can write. So suppose the selling price is 20,000. Okay, so these two values, that is the cost price and selling price, that is saved in variable name CP and SP. Okay, so 15,000 will be saved in CP and 20,000 will be saved in SP. Now press the enter key and let us see what is the output. So profit is 5,000. So profit was the variable where we have done this calculation. We have subtracted the cost price from the selling price. Okay, then the message which we have written, that is profit is, and the variable where we have saved the profit, that was profit. Clear? The same type of output we are obtaining here. So this way we can use the program for finding the cost price, selling price. Using this we can calculate the profit. Okay, now let us come again to the book. So this was the second program using the input statement, and there is the third program which is about program to print the area of a rectangle. So we all know that area of a rectangle is length into breadth. Clear? So let us see this program also. We will take the length and breadth by the user and use the formula, that is area is equal to length into breadth. Okay, so if we come to the program window, if you want to save, we can save this with the name profit loss, or write only profit. Click on the OK button. Now open a new file. So here we are going to find the area of a rectangle. So write input with the message, what we can write, print the length. First we will take the length of the rectangle, so we can write the message enter length of rectangle, then semicolon. Suppose we are saving this length in a value L, then input breadth of the rectangle. So write the message enter breadth of rectangle. Okay, so this is the second message. So you can save this value in B. Clear? Now whatever is the area we can calculate in a variable area. So what will be the area? Area will be L into B. So the same values which we have stored, we have to write the same variable. So we have written L into B. Clear? Then the area which we have calculated, if you want to get it printed, what we will use? The print statement to get it printed. So use print, then the message we want to write area of rectangle okay, so area of rectangle, then semicolon, then whatever the variable where you have saved the area, write the same variable name. Clear? Then we can use the end command to terminate this. Okay, so this was the message. Now try to run this. So if I click on the run button, or you can also use the F5 button to run the program. So here it takes few seconds to execute and run the program. So first statement is, it is asking to enter the length of rectangle. So suppose the length of the rectangle is 8 centimeter. So here we are not writing the unit, only 8 we are giving the number. Then whatever is the breadth of the rectangle, so suppose it is 5. Clear? Then it will calculate the area and give the output. So if I press on the enter key, here you can see the area of the rectangle is 40. Clear? So we have written the program for calculating the area when we have given the input the length and breadth of the rectangle. Clear? If we come again to the book, the same was the program which we have written for taking the input in the form of L and B. Okay, the next is use of colon. So we can use the colon to write two statement in a single line using the print. So this we will see in the next coming class, and then we will finish. So try to do the exercise questions first. So we have all explained each of the topics in the chapter. So try to do question number 1, that is tick the correct answer, then filling the blanks and true false. The remaining short and long questions we will discuss in the coming class. So till then, revise the things which we have covered today, that is the few programs for finding the cost profit, for finding the product number. So input and print statement were used for writing all of these programs. So read all of these programs and try to do the question 1, 2 and 3, that is the objective, filling the blanks and true false questions. So let us meet in the next class with the exercises. Thank you.